Eli Carter sat in the small room, staring at the glowing screen in front of him. The signal was strange. It was not like any radio wave or message that Earth had ever received before. The scientists called it a deep space transmission. It came from far beyond the solar system. Eli was a translator. He worked with old languages, dead languages, but this signal was different. At first, it looked like random noises and codes. Then slowly, some words began to appear. The words were from an ancient language, one that people on Earth had forgotten long ago. His heart beat faster. Why was this message in that old language? It said something very clear to the one called Eli Carter. I have been looking for you. Eli rubbed his eyes. Was this a joke? Could someone be playing a trick? He showed the message to his boss. The boss shook his head, serious and quiet. No joke, the boss said. We checked everything. This is real. Side news spread. Quickly, the whole world waited. The message was only the start. Then, a huge shape appeared in the sky. It was a ship. A real alien ship. It was not like anything humans had made. It floated above Earth like a giant silver leaf, shining under the sun. It did not move fast, but its size was huge, thousands of kilometers wide. The world was both afraid and amazed. Eli was called again. This time the message was clearer. Peace. We come with peace. We seek the one called Eli. Eli felt strange. Why him? Why did this alien ship want him? He was just a translator, not a hero or a leader. The United Nations decided Eli would go to the ship. He was the only one who could talk to the aliens. On the day of his trip, Eli stood on a platform. The ship opened a big door. A ramp came down, glowing softly. He took a deep breath and walked inside. The air smelled fresh, like a garden after rain. The walls were alive, covered with green plants and shining crystals. Soft music played in the background, but no one was visible. A voice called him. It was calm and warm. Welcome, Eli Carter. From the shadows, a tall figure appeared. She was not like any human. Her skin was smooth and pale blue. Her eyes were deep violet, shining like stars. She wore a crown of silver vines and flowers. She was the alien queen. My name is Lysera, she said. Her voice was gentle but strong. Eli felt nervous but also curious. Lysera stepped closer. I've been looking for you, my human, she said softly, pulling Eli near. Eli's mind raced. Who was she? Why was she looking for him? Lysera smiled and led him deeper into the ship. The walls changed, showing stars and galaxies moving slowly. It was like walking inside the sky. They reached a room full of glowing crystals. Lysera touched one. Suddenly pictures appeared. Eli saw battles, ships, strange creatures. She told him a story. Long ago in another time, Eli lived many lives. He was a hero who fought to save Lysera's people, the Jirani. The Jirani had many enemies. Their greatest enemy was the Void Spawn, dark force that destroyed planets and stars. Lysera said Eli's blood carried a special power, a key to an ancient weapon called the Starheart. Only he could use it to save both their worlds again. Eli felt confused. Was this real or a dream? Before he could ask, the ship shook. Alarm sounded. The Void Spawn are near, Lysera said. The journey had only just begun. Eli's heart beat fast as he walked deeper into the alien ship. The world he knew was far behind now. Everything around him was new and strange, yet beautiful. The walls were alive with glowing vines that moved gently like they were breathing. Lights shimmered softly in colors Eli had never seen before. Lysera, the alien queen, walked beside him. Her steps were slow and graceful. She never looked away from Eli's face. Her violet eyes seemed to hold 1,000 stories. Don't be afraid, Eli, she said quietly. You are safe here. Lee nodded but could not hide his fear. He felt very small in this huge living ship. But at the same time, he felt a strange pull, like the ship itself was welcoming him as they walked. Eli saw other aliens. They were tall, like Lysera, but not all looked the same. Some had skin like glass. Others had wings that glowed in the dark. Their faces were kind but serious. They watched Eli with quiet interest. One of them stepped forward. He was a warrior, with silver armor that shimmered like stars. "Greetings, Eli Carter," the warrior said. "I am Thoros, the captain of the ship's guard." "We are honored to have you," Eli nodded. "Thank you. I don't understand why you want me." Lysera smiled softly. "Because you are the key." The ship moved silently through the stars. Eli looked out the windows. He saw planets, moons, and distant suns. The view was breathtaking. "I have never been in space like this," Eli said, his voice trembling a little. Lysera looked at him. "You will see much more soon." They reached a large room that looked like a garden. Strange plants grew everywhere, glowing with soft light. The air was fresh and warm, felt like a peaceful forest. Lysera stopped and touched one of the plants. It made a soft humming sound. "The ship is alive," she explained. "It is part of our people. We call it the Heart of Jerome." Eli reached out to touch a leaf. It was warm, almost like skin. "How can a ship be alive?" he asked. "It is made from living matter and advanced science. It grows, heals, and feels just like us." Eli felt amazed. The aliens were very different from humans, but he could see the beauty in their way of life. Suddenly, Lysera took his hand gently. "There is something I must show you," she said. She led him to a large chamber. The walls were covered with crystals that shined like stars. In the center was a tall pedestal with a glowing orb. "This is the memory crystal," Lysera said. "It holds our history and secrets." Eli watched as the crystal pulsed with light. Then images appeared in the air like a hologram. He saw a world destroyed by war. Ships burned, cities fell, and creatures screamed. Then the images changed. Eli saw a man tall, strong, with human features. "That man is you," Lysera said. Eli's eyes widened. "Me, but I don't remember this." Lysera nodded. "You lived many lives, Eli. Long ago, you fought with us against the Void Spawn." Eli watched as the hologram showed battles across stars, strange weapons, and brave warriors. He saw the man's courage and pain. "I don't understand," Eli said. "What's this possible?" "Your soul carries memories of your past lives," Lysera explained. "Your blood holds the power to activate the Starheart, a weapon that can end the Void Spawn threat forever." Eli felt a strange warmth in his chest. He was scared, but also hopeful. "Why me?" he asked. "Because you are human," Lysera said simply. "Humans have something special. Hope, courage, and the will to fight, even when all seems lost." Eli looked at her, surprised. "Your people have great strength," she continued. "But you also have a heart that can change the future." Before Eli could speak, an alarm rang through the ship. The lights flickered. Lysera's face grew serious. "The Void Spawn have found us," she said. Eli felt fear rise in his throat. "We must prepare," Lysera said. "Will you stand with us?" Eli nodded, feeling a new strength inside him. "I will." Lysera smiled. "Good. Together, we can face the darkness." Eli sat in the glowing chamber, still trying to understand everything he had seen. The memory crystal's images danced around him, flashes of battles, heroes, and a terrible enemy called the Void Spawn. But it was hard for him to believe it. All was true. How could he be part of this ancient story? Lysera stood nearby, watching Eli carefully. She saw the confusion in his eyes. "It is hard to accept," she said softly. "But these memories are real. They come from your soul, carried across time." Eli rubbed his temples. "Why do I not remember any of it? Why now?" "Because the memories were hidden," Lysera explained. "The past lives are locked deep inside you. But now, the danger is close again. Your true self must awake." Eli felt a cold fear. Void Spawn, a name that sent shivers down his spine. They were dark creatures that destroyed worlds without mercy. Had seen their attack in the crystal's visions. "Who are they exactly?" Eli asked. Lysera took a deep breath. They are a darkness born from the void between stars, she said. They consume light, life, and hope. Long ago, they almost wiped out the Jirani and many other races. Eli's mind went back to Earth. Could this terrible enemy come to his home too? The thought was frightening. But how do I help stop them? Eli asked. Lysera's violet eyes shone brighter. You carry a code in your blood, a key to the Star Heart, she said. The Star Heart is an ancient weapon. It was built to fight the Void Spawn when they return. Ali looked down at his hands. Trying to imagine this power inside him, Lysera moved closer. Would you like to see more? Eli nodded, feeling a mixture of fear and curiosity. Lysera touched the memory crystal again. The images changed. Eli saw himself, or rather, the man. From his past life, standing on a battlefield, he wore shining armor, holding a sword that glowed with light. The battle was fierce. The void spawn swarmed like dark shadows. The man fought with courage, leading the Jirani warriors. Eli felt a strange connection. The pain and strength in that past self's eyes were real. Suddenly the scene changed. The man stood with Lysera, young and full of hope. They looked at each other with trust and something deeper, like a bond that went beyond time. Eli felt a tear in his eye. Lysera said softly, You saved my people once. Now you can do it again. Eli swallowed hard. But I am not that man anymore, he said. I am just Eli Carter. Lysera smiled gently. You carry the same heart. Before Eli could answer, the door to the chamber opened quickly. Theros, the captain, entered. His face was serious. Queen Lysera, he said. We have urgent news. A void spawn scout fleet has entered this sector. They are moving fast. Lysera nodded, her calm face now hard with worry. We must prepare. Eli, you need to understand what lies ahead. Theros led Eli and Lysera to a command room. Huge screens showed star maps and ships moving. Look here, Theros said, pointing. This is the void spawn fleet. They seek the Star Heart and will destroy anyone who stands in their way. Eli's stomach tightened. We must stop them, Lysera said. But how? Eli asked. We fight together, Lysera said. Humans, Irani, and others must unite. Your people are brave. Your technology is strong. Eli looked at the images of Earth, his home planet. Will Earth help? He asked. Lysera's eyes held hope. We believe they will. But some Jirani do not trust humans. Eli frowned. Why? Because of old wars and fears, Lysera said. Some think humans are weak or dangerous. But we know the truth. Humans have a light that no enemy can break. Eli felt a fire inside him. I want to prove that, he said. Lysera smiled. Good. We will need your courage. Suddenly the ship shook. Warning lights flashed. Attack. Voros shouted. The void spawn fleet was here. Eli and Lysera rushed to the bridge. Outside, black ships moved like shadows, firing dark energy. The Jirani ships answered with bright beams of light. The battle began. Eli watched in awe and fear as ships clashed. Lysera stood beside him, calm but focused. We must protect thee. Starheart, she said. Eli nodded. He felt the weight of the past lives on his shoulders. This was his fight now. The battle was fierce. Many ships were lost. But Eli saw the bravery of the Jirani and the strength of the human crew working together. He knew this was only the start. The battle outside the ship's windows raged on. Dark void spawn ships moved like shadows, firing deadly blasts. The Jirani fleet fought back with beams of bright light. But the enemy was strong and relentless. Inside the command bridge, Eli stood beside Queen Lysera. His heart pounded as he watched the fight. It was the first real war he had seen, a war that could destroy everything. We cannot hold them for long, Lysera said, her voice calm but firm. They are too many. Eli swallowed hard. What can we do? Lysera looked at him with sharp eyes. We need more than weapons. We need trust between our peoples. Eli thought about Earth and the humans he knew. Would they really fight alongside the Jirani? Could they trust such different beings? Suddenly an alarm blared through the ship. "Warning, intruders detected," a voice said. Eli turned to see a group of armed Jirani soldiers entering the room. Their leader, a tall general named Karan, stepped forward. "Karan, Lysera," said, but there was tension in her voice. Karan looked at Eli with cold eyes. "This human is dangerous. We cannot trust him." Lysera's face hardened. "Eli is our ally. He carries the key to our survival." Karan sneered. "I will not let a human endanger us." Eli felt the anger in the room. Some Jirani did not want humans near their secrets or power. Lysera raised her hand. "Enough. We face a common enemy. The Void Spawn will destroy us all if we fight among ourselves." Karan hesitated, then nodded. "Very well, but I watch him closely." The tension did not disappear, but the threat outside forced them to work together. Later, Eli met with Lysera. In a quiet garden room, the glowing plants swayed softly in the light. "Why do they fear me?" Eli asked. "Because humans are different," Lysera said. "We have long histories in pain. Some believe humans cannot handle the power you carry." Eli looked at the glowing plants. "I want to help. I want to prove that humans are strong." Lysera smiled gently. "You already do." Suddenly a message arrived from Earth. The humans had agreed to send a fleet to help. Eli felt hope. But the Void Spawn were growing bolder. They attacked a Jirani city on a distant world. The news was grim. Thousands were lost. The ship's crew worked fast to prepare. Eli trained with the Jirani warriors. He learned to use their weapons and understand their tactics. Each day, he grew stronger and more confident. One night, Eli stood with Lysera on a balcony overlooking the stars. "The Starheart weapon, what is it exactly?" he asked Lysera. Touched a glowing symbol on her necklace. "The Starheart is a power source hidden in an ancient world," she said. "It can release a wave of energy that destroys the Void Spawn. But it needs a user," Eli said. "Yes, you are the one who can activate it." Eli felt the weight of responsibility. "Will it be dangerous?" he asked. Lysera nodded. "Very. It will test your mind and body." Eli looked at her. "I'm ready." Just then, the ship shook. A new wave of Void Spawn ships appeared, larger and faster. "Prepare for battle," Lysera commanded. Eli felt the rising storm of war around him. He was no longer just a translator. He was a key part of a fight for survival for his people and for the stars. The alien ship floated near a dying star, surrounded by darkness. Red light from the star touched the metal skin of the fleet. This was the place, the final battleground. The Void Spawn were coming, and time was running out. Eli Carter stood on the command deck, wearing a new suit made of Jirani armor and human tech. It felt strange on his body, but it also gave him strength. His eyes looked ahead, calm but determined. Beside him stood Queen Lysera, dressed in glowing silver robes. Her violet eyes were steady. Around them, Jirani warriors moved quickly, preparing. "For war, this is it," Lysera said. "The moment we have waited for." Eli nodded. "Let's finish what we started in this life, and the one before." The human fleet had arrived from Earth. Dozens of ships formed a strong line beside the Jirani vessels. For the first time in history, humans and aliens were united in battle. Eli looked at the screen. Void Spawn ships were approaching, dark, silent, and endless. They moved like shadows, sliding through space, ready to consume everything. Suddenly, a loud voice echoed through the ship. "Void Spawn Queen detected," said the ship's AI. "She is with the fleet." Lysera's face turned cold. "She's come to end us herself." Eli felt a strange energy rising inside him. He knew it was time. He followed Lysera to the Starheart chamber, a round room filled with light. In the center floated a glowing crystal. The Starheart had pulsed slowly, like a beating heart. "This is it," Lysera whispered. "Once you touch it, there is no turning back." Eli stepped forward. His fingers brushed the crystal, and a flash of light surrounded him. He saw visions, Cities falling, stars dying, and the smiling face of his past self. He saw Lysera younger, hurt but strong. He saw himself thousands of years ago, promising her something. I'll return when you need me most. Then the vision faded. Eli gasped and fell to his knees. Lysera helped him up. Are you all right? I remember, Eli said softly. I remember everything. The star heart glowed brighter now. It had accepted him. The weapon was ready. Suddenly, the ship shook hard. Red lights flashed. Void-spawned ships breaking through our defense line, shouted a voice on the speaker. Eli. And Lysera rushed to the bridge. The screen showed chaos, ships exploding, enemy fighters everywhere. The humans were fighting hard. The Jirani too. But the void spawn were many. We must activate the Starheart, Lysera said. Now, Eli stood in the center of the bridge, closed his eyes, reached deep inside himself, and connected with the Starheart. A beam of blue light rose from the ship and spread across space. For a moment, all fighting stopped. The void spawn ships turned their attention to Eli's ship. They know, Lysera said. They're coming for you. The enemy queen, a giant black creature with burning red eyes, appeared on the screen. She spoke in a voice that was like thunder and ice. Human, you cannot win. Give me the heart, and I will spare your world. Eli stepped forward. No, you took enough. You destroyed too much. This ends today, the queen screamed. Her ships charged. Eli focused. The Starheart's light wrapped around the ship like a shield. The enemy fired, but the blasts were blocked. Then, Eli felt something dark pushing into his mind, the enemy queen trying to break his focus. You are weak. She hissed in his thoughts. You are alone. But then Eli felt another voice. Lysera, you are not alone. I am here. Held his hand. Her energy flowed into him. Human and Jirani, past and present, mind and heart. Together, they formed one light. Eli shouted. The Starheart exploded with power. A wave of energy burst from the ship, spreading in all directions. The void spawn screamed as the light touched. Their ships cracked and burned. The queen's body twisted in pain. Nunu, she roared. Eli gave everything. His memories, his strength, his soul. He poured it into the Starheart. The light grew brighter. Until the screen went white. Silence then. Slowly the light faded. The screen returned. The void spawn ships were gone. The queen was gone. Only the stars remained. The battle was over. Eli collapsed. He woke up days later in the medical bay. Machines beeped quietly. Lysera sat beside him, watching. You're awake, she said with a soft smile. Eli sat up slowly. Did we win? Lysera nodded. You saved us all. Eli smiled weakly. How long was I out? 3 days. The Starheart nearly destroyed you, but it also protected you. Eli looked around. What happens now? Peace, Lysera said. Your people and mine will build something new together. Eli nodded. Good. He looked at her. You knew me before? Didn't you? Lysera reached out and took his hand. Yes. In another life you saved me. I never forgot. Eli smiled. And now we're both here again. She leaned closer. I've been looking for you, my human. This time he didn't pull away, and above them, in the quiet sky, the stars burned bright, full of hope and full of light.